with your host, Ray Grabowski.
Here's Ray.
Welcome. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and welcome to Meet Clifton, where our community and people are spotlighted each and every week. I'm Ray, and to my left is my good friend and co-host, George Silva. How's it going, George?
Fine.
That's good to hear, George. You know, we're in the month of June, and Memorial Day has just passed, which means this is the season that we remember our troops and the task of keeping us safe.
It's very important to all of us.
That's right, George. And today's guest will be explaining more about this topic. So let's kick off the show with the two tones. Take it away, guys.
Well, my baby and me went out late Saturday night. I had my head pulled high, my baby, he looked so right. Well, pick you up at 10, gonna drop you off at 2. Your mama don't know what I got in store for you. But
Joining Ray on tonight's episode, Exalted Rulers of Elks Lodge number 1569, Jeff Dvorak and Keith Oakley with Tom Hashak. Clifton Health Educator, Layal Helwani. And commanders of the Athenia Veterans Post, Harry Ratter and Kevin Gorman. And of course, musical interludes by the Two Tones. Tonight on Meet Clifton.
scream and shout. Hey, rock, 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 man, rock. We're gonna rock until we pop. We're gonna rock until we stop. We're gonna rock this town. Rock it inside out.
Thank you and welcome back. Our first guests tonight are three gentlemen from the Elks Lodge in Clifton, New Jersey. We have our present Exalted Ruler, Keith Oakley. A former two rulers here is Jeff Dvorak and Tom Hashak. Why I asked the gentleman here today is Flag Day is upon us. I think it's June 11th, is that right?
June 14th
June-
is Flag Day.
June 14th
June
is-
11th is when the Elks celebrates. it.
Right. Okay, so I think a lot of people didn't know when I went last year to this, and it was really important that I didn't really know why the American flag is folded 13 times. And I have a little thing here, and it's a paragraph. It says, have you ever wondered why the flag of the United States of America is folded 13 times? When it is lowered and when it is folded and handed to the next of kin at the burial of a veteran. I think that's important because I asked a lot of people. Many people didn't know. So tonight, to explain it to us, these gentlemen have come on. They brought a flag. And in a moment, they're going to show us the exact meaning of the flags while Keith Oakley narrates. So we're going to do that right now.
Here is the meaning of each of these folds and what it means. The first fold of our flag is the symbol of life. The second fold is the symbol of our belief in eternal life. The third fold is made in honor and remembrance of the veterans departing our ranks, who gave a portion of their lives for the defense of our country to attain peace throughout the world. The fourth fold represents our weaker nature, for as American citizens trusting, it is to Him we turn in times of peace, as well as in time of war, for His divine guidance. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country, for in the words of Stephen Decatur, our country, in dealing with other countries, may she always be right, but it is still our country, right or wrong. The sixth fold is where our hearts lie. It is with our heart that we pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The seventh fold is a tribute to our armed forces, for it is through the armed forces that we protect our country and our flag against all her enemies, whether they be found within or without the boundaries of our republic. The eighth fold is a tribute to the one who entered into the valley of the shadow of death, that we might see the light of day, and to honor Mother, for whom it flies on Mother's Day. The ninth fold is a tribute to womanhood, for it has been through their faith, their love, loyalty, and devotion that the character of the men and women who have made this country great has been molded. The 10th fold is a tribute to the Father, for He too has given His sons and daughters for the defense of our country since they were first born. The 11th fold, in the eyes of a Hebrew citizen, represents the lower portion of the seal of King David and King Solomon, and glorifies in their eyes the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The 12th fold, in the eyes of a Christian citizen, represents an emblem of eternity and glorifies in their eyes God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. 13th, when the flag is completely folded, the stars are uppermost, reminding us of our nation's motto, "In God we trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked in, it takes on the appearance of a cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington, and the sailors and Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States, preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms we enjoy today.
This is the flag of our country, the symbol of freedom, the emblem of unity.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for showing us the folding of the flag. I think it's very important that we understand the meaning as Americans. Most of us don't know this, and we finally got to explain it. Now, Keith, I know Flag Day is coming up, and if someone wants to see this again or the actual ceremony, where can they find?
This Sunday, June 11th at 2 o'clock at the Clifton Elks Lodge, 775 Clifton Ave. We will do the same thing. We do a host ceremony on the flags. The scouts come and help us, and we even serve refreshments afterwards.
Good, that's perfect. And Jeff, now Avenue to Flags, when do we do that?
The Avenue of Flags we do 5 times a year.
Okay.
The program began in 2004. We started out with 475 flags. We are currently up to 1,803 flags. Each one of these flags represent a veteran of our city. And it's only right that we do this to show them the respect and honor that they so much deserve.
Right, and I think it's...
And if you've never seen it, I encourage you, please come out and see it. It's
You
a
have to see
beautiful,
it.
beautiful sight.
Right. I think it's important, and now that we explained the folds and what they mean, it's important to have pride in our country, especially nowadays with all the problems in the world. The flag, when we pass the flag on the street, we see it, we respect it, and we have pride in our country. So I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. I hope that at home, and that we've learned a little something we didn't know. Thank you for coming on the show. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having us.
God bless America.
Hey, Carol, don't let him steal your heart away. I gotta learn to dance if it takes me all night and day. Jump into my machine so we can groove on out. Ooh, I know we're screaming little joy, we go jump and shout. Ooh, not too far back on the highway, not too long a ride. Ooh, park that car in the open, honey, you walk inside. Ooh, the little cutie takes your hat, you can thank a man. 'Cause every time you make the scene, you find the joint is jammed.
Thanks for sticking with us. As you know, we like to have a part of our family, Clifton family, join us most of the time. And of course, tonight, with no exception, our next guest has the job of educating the residents of the city of Clifton and township of Little Falls about behaviors that promote wellness and how to protect themselves from health conditions. Please welcome health educator Layal Helwani.
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Layal is our health educator in Clifton, and tonight we're going to be talking about a topic that's really important. It's kind of new, at least for myself. So we're going to be talking about ENDS. So what are ENDS?
So ENDS stands for Electronic Nicotine Delivery Systems. They include electronic cigarettes, which are known as e-cigs, e-hookah, e-cigars, vape pens, really any device that produces an aerosol. Not a harmless vapor like a lot of people believe, but an aerosol of chemicals that's then inhaled by the user, and this is what's known as vaping.
Okay, and I notice a lot of younger people
Right.
do this. I see them, and it looks like they're smoking cigarettes, but they're not. So I often wonder, what are in these electronic cigarettes?
So the major part of electronic cigarettes is the liquid, which is inhaled within the device and then inhaled by the user, and this is what's called the e-juice. Now, a lot of people don't know what the e-juice is made up of, so I would like to speak a little bit on that.
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of scary.
Okay.
So the e-juice will typically contain some amount of nicotine mixed with a base, which is usually propylene glycol, which is a chemical. and a bunch of other flavorings. But I'd really like to talk a little bit about the nicotine because that's
Sure.
probably one of the worst ingredients
Okay.
in an e-cigarette. You know, people need to realize that nicotine is a poison. You know, it's a toxic chemical found in tobacco plants, and when you accidentally consume too much, it can have very negative effects on the body, especially the heart and the brain, and it can actually kill you. You know, all of us have different levels of tolerance when it comes to nicotine, but the issue is that a lot of e-juice refills are, you know, they contain above and beyond what we can handle when it comes to
So,
nicotine.
in essence, I think what I'm hearing is, can this be worse than smoking a cigarette?
So this is actually my favorite question because you know, a lot of people are under the impression that ends are safer than regular cigarettes. But you know, really, I mean, they might be safer to some degree,
Right.
but by no means does that make them safe. You know, might be safer just because you're not getting the same amounts of tar, you're not getting the same amounts of carbon monoxide, but they really do have their own risks in the
Right.
sense that, you know, there's the risk for nicotine poisonings. You're still getting an unhealthy dose of chemicals, metals, ultrafine particles.
Right.
And then there's other risks. You know, we've been hearing a lot about the electronic cigarette battery explosions.
Yes. yes.
That's been causing severe burns on people's bodies, and it's been causing damage to property, and it's pretty bad. But the issue is that, you know, a lot of end companies will advertise their products as safe because they'll advertise their products as safe because their ingredients are classified by the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, as generally recognizable as safe. But it only refers to when the ingredients are taken orally, not when they're inhaled deep into your
Right,
lungs. So a lot
right.
of people don't know that.
So let me ask you this too. I know cigarettes, you have to be a certain age to purchase cigarettes. Now, this product, can kids and teens use these, or are they using them? And-
Kids and teens are definitely using this now more than ever. Actually, to be specific, according to the United States Surgeon General, there's been a 900% increase between 2011 and 2015 in the amount of kids and teens using this. So the most common reason that they are using e-cigs has to do with the heavy marketing that they're exposed to,
Right.
especially the marketing of the different flavors that they come in. You know, we really have to put ourselves in their shoes. If you see an advertisement for a product that comes in tasty, safe sounding flavors like sour apple, blue raspberry, gummy bears, Fruit Loops, it would probably sound harmless to us too.
and I can appreciate that. So this is relatively new. So has the government come up with any rules or regulations on ends?
So as of August of last year,
Okay.
ENDS products are now regulated as tobacco products, which means that the FDA is now going to be regulating how they're manufactured, how they're labeled, packaged, sold, advertised, etc. And just to give you an example of what that means, they can no longer sell to minors, which they were
Right.
able to do so before. They can no longer give free samples, and they can't sell in vending machines in places where, you know, kids usually attend. And I do want to talk a little bit about enforcement as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too, because how's
Yeah,
this
get into
enforced?
it, right.
Because, yeah, no, go ahead, right?
So the health department actually plays a role somewhat in enforcement. Because ENDS are covered under the New Jersey Smoke-Free Air Act, meaning that they can't be used in places where cigarettes have been banned. And this includes restaurants, bars, offices, Clifton Parks, etc. Our health inspectors have, our inspectors will and have actually find a place in Clifton where people were vaping indoors. So that's definitely not allowed. And our inspectors have been very good about enforcing
So
that.
our health director, Mr. Beagle, is in charge of this. And does he actually go out and enforce these things?
Yes.
That's,
yes.
so
and the
that's part of
inspectors.
your department that you're
Yes.
part of, right? So they can be fined.
Yes.
It's almost this is as bad, if not equal to cigarette smoking, in
Basically,
essence.
in essence, exactly.
Yeah, which is kind of sad because I think people thought we were going to get into these vape things that it was going to help people stop smoking
Exactly.
and
And
kick-
in some cases, it's actually doing the opposite. It's becoming a gateway drug, meaning that people are trying electronic cigarettes and they're going on to trying other tobacco products. So
right.
it's having the
And I think I heard
reverse effect.
somewhere they said now because of this, actually the sales of cigarettes are back up.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's
I've
what-
heard the same thing. Yes.
Yeah, so actually this is not helping anyone, just the promoters or the people making money.
Exactly. Exactly.
So in conclusion, I guess I have to say that this is not a safer thing to do. And we're trying to educate
Absolutely
people like the show to
Mhm.
say that this is not a safe thing or
Mhm.
something that's not unhealthy because it
Right.
does affect your health.
Right.
So I think,
Exactly.
I guess what we're trying to say here is before you start this, maybe look a little more into it
Exactly.
to see that it's not really a healthy thing.
Exactly. Educate yourselves. Look into what the trusted organizations are telling you.
Right.
Because there's a lot of information out there that people don't know what to do with. So it's just so important that you educate yourselves. And
Okay, and so if people have any more questions, can they contact the health
Yeah,
department
absolutely.
in Clifton or
absolutely, we can
ask
provide
you
them
about it?
information.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank you for coming out and explaining this. Hopefully, people will heed the warning, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see what
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hi, thank you, and welcome to the updates. Just a reminder, they are going to have the Relay for Life this Saturday and Sunday, 2 p.m. until 6 p.m. On Sunday. So please enjoy going out, fresh air, support the cause. I have the cancer glasses here that I support the cause. Then on June 19th at the Clifton Boys and Girls Club, they're going to have Amazing Foods of Clifton celebrating the veterans. And this will be held at the Boys and Girls Club. And that is Monday, June 19th, 7 p.m. The tickets are $35 a person. So you can call Clifton City Hall to get tickets for that. Then at the Clifton Main Library on Paget Ave on June 28th, they're having something different. It's the Friends of the Clifton Public Library meet a miniature therapy horse called Michelangelo, and that will happen at 3 p.m. June 28th. So please go to the Clifton Main Library, Paget Ave, and meet the horse Michelangelo.
Hi everyone. St. Peter's Haven will be holding a healthy food drive at the Stop and Shop on Broad Street. They'll be outside the store collecting donations Saturday, June 10th and Sunday, June 11th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So please come and show your support and help the hungry. Also, there will be a blood drive at Clifton City Hall Thursday, June 15th from 12:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. All donors will receive a pair of tickets to the Meadowlands State Fair. Walk-ins are welcome, but to make an appointment, you can call Community Blood Services, and that number is 201-251-3703.
Thank you, and enjoy your weekend.
Okay, we're back. So please go and support as many of these wonderful organizations and charities as you can. They all support such great causes and do everything they can to keep our city strong and united. Our next guest provide a unique service to our city because, wow, there are other organizations that support the community and our veterans, and we'll have them on in the future. The Athenia Veterans Post is a standalone organization and not affiliated with any VFW posts. So please welcome Commanders Kevin Gorman and Harry Rader. Thanks for coming on, guys. I appreciate it. What I want to do in the show is every now and then highlight different service organizations in Clifton. So we're going to start with the Athenia Veterans Post, and we're going to ask them, how long has the Athenia Veterans Post been open?
Oh, the Veterans Post was founded in 1946 here in the Athenia section of Clifton, and that was pretty much on Campbell Avenue and Spear Avenue is where the first post was located. They eventually relocated to Huron Avenue, our current location, 147 Huron Avenue, and that's where we've been since then.
Okay.
The building's been rebuilt because we had a fire in 1967, rebuilt to the post that you see today.
Great. Kev, I know there's requirements for every organization, and that this is a Veterans Post, but it's a standalone. So what are the membership requirements? Do you have to be a veteran?
You have to be a veteran of the Athenia Veterans Post, and you have to have a copy of DD 214.
Right.
And you show that you're a veteran living in Clifton only. It used to be you had to live in Athenia section for 6 months. And years ago, they changed it to all of Clifton.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and they changed it to all of Clifton now because, members was getting shorter. And then we have the second organization called the Friends of Athenia.
Right.
And they're people that weren't in the service, and they've been around since 2008. They've been around in a major organization. They run pig roasts, they run all different kind of things to do to help us raise money. Donated like 4 40-inch TVs, chairs for the guys in the back, the stools, they help us with. They help us with the thing, and then also you have the Ladies Auxiliary.
Yeah, that's
The
important.
Ladies Auxiliary has been around since, since
1951.
1951.
Now, do they have to be related to someone in the post, or can they be anyone from the town?
Well, as long as your father was your father or brother was in the service, you can become a Ladies Auxiliary. You have to have a copy of their DD 214.
Okay, so the relative has to have served in the
Yes,
armed forces,
yes.
right?
For the
Not
ladies
necessarily foreign war,
No.
just
No.
any vet.
Any vet,
Because
yeah.
some are
Correct.
veterans of foreign wars.
Right, you have the Veteran Foreign Wars, American Legion, and you have us, just Athenia Veterans Post.
Right. So then if you're not a veteran, you could still,
You can participate and go along
Participate
with
in
your
this.
Friends of Athenia. It's called
Right.
the FAV.
right, so is it open to the public or is it still private?
Well, the Post is open to the public now. At one time, it used to be a private organization. That's when the membership numbers were very high.
Right.
But it was back about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, we opened to the public.
96.
And we're open every day, 11 in the morning till closing time at night.
So as far as food and drinks?
Well, food, it became a big thing. We recently got a new chef. Chef Todd is in the kitchen.
I understand that.
And he serves lunch, dinners, any day you want. And if you want to cater it there, we have the hall available for rentals, and we have an in-house chef that'll provide the food for you.
Right, so lunch is, because I know I pass by and I see people and they go in for lunch, and it's just a social thing too.
Yes.
Because I know on weekends people stop by and they meet each other. So vets have been there for a while, but how does it benefit the community? Because how does it benefit Clifton?
Well, we just learned a couple things. Back in 1949, when this place first was established as a veterans post, the Athenia Veterans Post donated to Clifton schools the first TVs so that the students of all Clifton can see the first presidential televised inauguration. And like I said, we just learned that recently. But going back to 1980, when you come into City Hall, you see the bronze seal above the doors. That was
Yes.
donated to the city by the Athenia Veterans Post. So we've been intermixing with the city all these years. We donate the hall for certain events.
Yeah.
We just had the Centennial Masquerade Party
Right.
that we donated the use of the hall for. Clifton baseball teams, fundraisers. you
And
know.
actually-
if it benefits the community, we're more than
Right.
willing to help.
And I know and I know that just on the past Memorial Day, the Veterans Post does a big celebration.
Yes.
And they've been doing that for quite a while now, right?
Yes.
Well, the memorial service has been going on for decades.
Right,
and-
that's pretty big. A lot of
We had
people attend.
180 people this year in the attendance.
Yeah, and that's good. And you know, something that's really nice, I know, you donate food for the people that come, and it's really nice, and there's no charge. You know, it's all for the veterans,
Yes.
which is nice.
Well, and it's given back to the community.
Back to the
You know,
communities.
the people that support us throughout the year, we give back at the end of the year. Plus, it's also the service, you know, to honor those that couldn't be there.
Right, and it actually it's a place for, veterans to come and socialize,
Yes.
and I don't know how many new members you get. Are the young people involved in this, or would you like to see more membership?
I'd like to see younger membership move up more.
Right.
I mean, we get a couple of young men, but for years, we didn't get many, so we're getting more and more. We like to, offer. Like we said, we have the bar, we have the Blue Room, which is where we have a card table, shuffleboard,
Right.
beautiful pool table. About 3 years ago, we put a gym together. We got an unbelievable gym downstairs, a universal gym, bicycles, rowers, free weights. We got a beautiful gym downstairs that's available to,
So it
any
actually,
member.
it's like a social club then
Yes.
for vets, and you don't have to be a veteran of foreign wars, just a
No,
veteran.
just a
So
veteran.
that's good, because some other organizations are limited to foreign wars, so, a little of this and that, it works out. And one last thing, I know the vets are big for having fundraisers and dinners. So what kind of things do you people have? Because I know you have quite a bit.
Well, throughout the year, starting off in January, we have the Super Bowl, we have a Daytona 500 fundraiser, we have St. Patrick's Day put on by Our Ladies Auxiliary. Just recently, we had the pig roast outside, that's put on by the FAV. We'll have the cameos was in
Uncle Floyd.
April, like you said, with Uncle Floyd participating. We have the inauguration every year in May when we install new officers into the post. Moving into the fall, we'll have Halloween parties. We have the Christmas party in December. So we put a lot of events together, and like I said, it's put on by the AVP, it's put on by the Ladies Auxiliary, and it's also put on by the FAV. So everybody takes a turn
Right.
putting on some events throughout the year.
And they do a great job. And
Yes,
what's nice
everybody.
about this, all the events are open to the public. So you
Yes.
can buy, if you
Yes.
want to come to your
Anybody.
Christmas party,
Anybody.
it's open to the public. And I know the ABA has their Halloween party,
Halloween.
and that's also open to
That's
the public.
open,
So you can buy tickets, and the events are really good.
Yes, mostly
Uh,
sold out. Like
yeah,
you
they're
know,
always sold
The
out.
Halloween party's sold out, the cameos are usually sold out.
Yep.
Those are the two biggest events like the
Right,
ABA
and
does.
there's a lot of parking.
And there's plenty of parking, we got to fit
So if
200
anybody,
cars.
likes more information about the Athenia vets, please, you could stop down or contact any of these gentlemen and go down. If you want to join, that's good too, because Everybody's looking for more members for all of these organizations, so it'd be a nice place to go. I'd like to thank Harry and Kevin for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Come on, pretty baby, put your little hand in mine. We'll be shaking on the dance floor. Everybody's doing fine. Now move a little closer, let me hold you tight. Come on and dance with me tonight. Tell your mama that you're leaving. Tell your daddy that you're gone. Tell everyone in Philadelphia there's a party going on. So move a little closer, let me feel the light. Come on and dance with me tonight.
That'll do it for tonight's episode. I'd like to extend a special thank you to Jeff Dvorak from Elks Lodge number 1569, Layal Helwani from the Clifton Health Department, and the commanders from the Athenia Veterans Post, Mr. Kevin Gorman and Harry Rader, for joining us. Also, thanks to my co-host George Silva and the Meet Clifton cast and crew for all their hard work each week. And of course to the Two Tones for entertaining us this evening. But until next time, be good to your friends and family. Respect your neighbors. Keep Clifton close to your heart. This is a great city. Thank you. God bless and good night.